Your brain is not lazy, it is trained. If comfort has been your reward for years, your mind will naturally resist growth. That is why discipline feels painful in the beginning. Not because you are weak, but because your brain is used to choosing what feels easy. The good news is this: what was trained can be retrained. Most people think they need more motivation, but the real problem is not motivation. The real problem is conditioning. Your brain has learned to chase comfort. It has learned that the easy path feels safe. Scrolling feels easier than studying. Resting feels easier than exercising. Avoiding problems feels easier than facing them. Starting tomorrow feels easier than starting today. And because comfort gives quick relief, your brain begins to prefer it. Not because comfort is always good, but because comfort is familiar. But the Stoics understood something powerful. A person does not become strong by obeying every desire. A person becomes strong by training desire. Because if your mind always chooses what feels easy, your life slowly becomes difficult. But if your mind learns to choose what is difficult, your life slowly becomes stronger. This is the exchange most people miss. Comfort feels good now, but often creates regret later. Growth feels uncomfortable now, but creates freedom later. The Stoic does not ask, what feels good right now? The Stoic asks, what will make me better? That one question begins the rewiring. To rewire your brain, you must first change what you reward. If you reward yourself every time you escape discomfort, your brain will keep escaping. If you reward yourself every time you delay effort, your brain will keep delaying. If you reward yourself every time you avoid the hard thing, your brain will learn avoidance. So you must begin rewarding effort, not only results. Effort. Reward the moment you show up. Reward the moment you begin. Reward the moment you do not quit. Because your brain repeats what it believes is valuable. If comfort is the reward, comfort becomes the habit. If growth is the reward, growth becomes the habit. This is why you must stop saying, "This is hard, I do not like it." Instead say, "This is hard, which means I am training." That small sentence changes how your brain interprets discomfort. Pain becomes practice. Pressure becomes preparation. Difficulty becomes evidence that you are growing. When you exercise and your body feels tired, you are not being punished. You are training strength. When you study and your mind wants to wander, you are not failing. You are training focus. When you face a difficult conversation, you are not entering danger. You are training courage. The obstacle is not proof that you should stop. The obstacle is the place where growth begins. But do not begin by trying to change your whole life overnight. That is how many people fail. They create a perfect routine. Then one mistake destroys the whole plan. The Stoic way is smaller and stronger. Choose one hard thing every day. Wake up when you said you would. Finish one task before touching your phone. Take a walk when your mind wants to stay lazy. Read one page when your brain wants entertainment. Delay one craving. Say no to one distraction. Keep one small promise. Small victories may look ordinary, but they build identity. Every time you choose growth, you teach your brain, "This is who I am now." This is important because your brain follows identity. If you keep saying, "I am lazy," your actions will look for proof. If you keep saying, "I am undisciplined," your mind will accept that as truth. But if you say, "I am becoming the kind of person who does hard things," your brain receives a new instruction. Not fake confidence, not empty motivation, a new direction. You do not need to believe it perfectly at first. You only need to prove it with small actions. One promise kept, then another, then another. Over time, your mind stops seeing growth as punishment. It begins to see growth as normal. And eventually, comfort becomes less attractive than progress. But you must also understand this. Your old comfort will fight back. The old version of you will whisper, "Just today, skip it. You can start tomorrow. You deserve ease." And sometimes that voice will sound very convincing. This is where Stoicism becomes practical. You do not argue with the voice. You do not wait until it disappears. You simply act before the excuse becomes stronger. Count down from 5. Stand up. Begin. Move your body before your mind creates another story. Because many battles are lost by thinking too long. The longer you negotiate with comfort, the stronger comfort becomes. The goal is not to hate comfort. Comfort has its place. Rest is necessary. Peace is necessary. Recovery is necessary. But comfort must be a servant, not a master. Use comfort to recover after growth. Do not use comfort to escape growth. Rest after the work, not instead of the work. Enjoy peace after discipline, not as an excuse to avoid discipline. The Stoic does not reject pleasure. He simply refuses to be ruled by it. Because the person who cannot say no to comfort will eventually become controlled by weakness. But the person who can choose growth, even when comfort is available, becomes free. So begin today, not with a dramatic promise, not with a perfect plan. Begin with one clear action. Ask yourself, what is the one thing I keep avoiding because it feels uncomfortable? That is where your training starts. Maybe it is exercise. Maybe it is prayer or reflection. Maybe it is studying. Maybe it is building your business. Maybe it is fixing your health. Maybe it is having the conversation you keep delaying. Whatever it is, do not wait until it feels easy. Do it while it feels uncomfortable. That is how the brain changes. Not by wishing, not by imagining, but by repeated evidence. You become what you repeatedly choose. One day, after enough small choices, something changes. The hard thing no longer feels like an enemy. Discipline no longer feels like punishment. Growth no longer feels strange. Your brain begins to respect effort. You start feeling proud after doing what you once avoided. You start craving progress more than escape. You start choosing the harder path because you know what it gives you. Strength, confidence, self-respect, freedom. That is the real reward. Not comfort that disappears after a moment, but character that stays with you for life. The moral lesson is this. Your brain does not automatically choose what is best for you. It chooses what it has been trained to repeat. If you repeatedly reward comfort, your mind will seek comfort. If you repeatedly avoid discomfort, your mind will fear difficulty. But if you begin rewarding effort, courage, discipline, and progress, your brain begins to change. Growth becomes less painful. Discipline becomes more natural. Hard things become less frightening. You do not rewire your brain in one emotional moment. You rewire it through repeated proof. Every small hard thing you do teaches your mind a new truth. I can do difficult things. I can act without motivation. I can choose growth even when comfort is available. That is how self-control is built. That is how confidence is formed. That is how a stronger life begins. If this Stoic lesson helped you see growth differently, please like and share this video. Subscribe to our channel for more Stoic wisdom that strengthens the mind. And may you be blessed with more Stoic lessons to build discipline, choose growth, and become stronger than the comfort that keeps trying to hold you back.